and welcome to Channel Sport this morning. Glad you could join us again. I'm Tayo Salah.
And I'm Cecilia Omog. And of course, we're starting with the Super Eagles. You know, it's all about them these days because of the World Cup preparations and what reactions are still coming in concerning the win over Argentina. And Deji will be talking about the special advisor to Lagos State Governor on sports, saying that we should be very cautious about thinking they can win the trophy.
Right. I mean, that's the way it comes. Yesterday we listened to Muti Adepoju, same message. This morning, Deji Tinubu, same message. So we'll see how that pans out eventually. Also on the show, we're still talking football, and this time we're talking the UEFA Champions League match day 5. The UEFA Champions League is back today, and we'll be seeing action in groups E, H, and the other groups as well. So it promises to be a very exciting time tonight in the UEFA Champions League.
With Dortmund and Tottenham trying to bounce back from what they had, the horror show at the weekend. Also on the program, we'll be talking boxing this morning. Well, Tony and Haye, the bouts will not hold in December, but there's someone who wants this particular fight. We'll talk about that on the show. And Tayo, who is the person who wants this fight that would not hold? He wants a rematch with Tony Bellew.
Surprise, surprise. Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury
has
been out there, has been putting himself out there for a long time now. In the past couple of weeks, he's been showing clips of him training. He's been showing clips of him sparring and all that. So Tyson Fury is looking good to make that long-awaited return to boxing. But let's stick to the story, to the main story. Boxing fans were actually hoping to go out with a bang 2017 by seeing that rematch, a grudge rematch between David Haye and Tony Bellew. Both Britons and don't like each other at all for whatever reasons. I can't really say, but we thought we were going to see that rematch in December, but it's no longer the case because once again, David Haye has gotten injured in training camp again, and this has happened. He has a long history of this happening to him, and it's just a shame because a lot of boxing fans were actually looking forward to watching this fight. Yeah, definitely looking forward to watching that fight. But then at the end of the day, Tyson Fury says he will step in for Tony's bout, but that one will be in May. That's what he's saying. But then when you have David Haye, the injury that's happening all the time and all that, it's always very, very difficult. Yes, very difficult, you can't really blame David Haye in this kind of situation because according to him, from the pictures we've seen, he's been working really hard in training, and he says he's lighter than he's ever been before for a particular fight. So it's not about, because questions are starting to arise about his body holding up, because that's what people will say is getting old. Perhaps his body can't just take the punishment and the rigors of training camp again. But he says that's not the case, and he's been trying to explain exactly why he, he's pulled out of this fight against Tony Bellew. Okay.
This is Channels Television's breaking news.
Well, the news reaching us from a news studio is that at least 15 persons are feared dead and about 20 others injured following an explosion in a mosque in Mubi, that's at Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria. It was gathered that the blast occurred in the early hours of this morning while worshippers were holding prayers. We'll keep you updated on this as we get more information. The news again is that at least 15 persons are feared dead and about 20 others injured following an explosion in a mosque in Mubi, Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria. It was gathered that the blast occurred in the early hours of this morning while worshippers were holding prayers there in Adamawa State. Okay, we'll continue with sports program now. We're talking about David Haye and of course Tyson Fury and Tony Bellew. The fact that he pulled out again due to injury. I think it was a freak accident. He fell and he got some serious injury. That's a bicep injury, and so he would not be able to go ahead with this particular bout. But the question I want to ask, David Haye at times, he has retired like twice. he had to come back. Why wouldn't he just stay retired? Because it seems,
the question.
I mean, every time he tries to train, every time he tries to have a bout or not, there's always something. I remember this fight wasn't complete because he has Achilles injury. Right?
Yeah, he got injured in that first fight against Tony Bellew, and everyone thought that was the end of his career. But he's proved everyone wrong. He said, no, that's not the end of me. I'm going to come back and try to fight again. He's been in camp, but unfortunately, this freak accident has put paid his ambitions of actually, avenging that loss he suffered against Tony Bellew. So it's a shame, but it is what it is, and we have to move forward. And one person that is very excited and very interested in taking on Tony Bellew is Tyson Fury. Before we get to Tyson Fury, I'll just go through statements made by David Haye. I'm devastated to announce that my much anticipated rematch against Tony Bellew has been postponed until March 24 or May 5, subject to scheduling. Despite recent injury rumors, I was in perfect condition with an incredibly strong training camp. So we're not too sure exactly when the fight is going to be. It's either going to be on the 24th of March or May the 5th. So it looks like the fight might still go ahead.
Okay.
Then he had, unfortunately, after a freak accident during a stair conditioning session. I mean, he's done this all his career, stair conditioning stuff. He's done it all his career. He's never had this kind of accident before that, so that's why it's kind of freak. He slipped, and instinctively he had to grab the banister, which
from just
so he doesn't like fall over the stairs, right? Yeah, that's what he tried to do, and unfortunately, in doing that, it tore his bicep, and that's it. That's it.
He'll just try to manage the process. That's it. But we don't know how long it will be out for, and that's why he's thinking about